Freddy's Yacht Studio Production presents Chotta Bhai Barra Bhai Official Episode 6. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to Chotta Bhai Barra Bhai Facebook, YouTube, and all the social platform page. This is episode 6. As we promised in the beginning, we'll have a surprising guest every now and then who may be interviewing us. And today we have chosen in fact an amazing topic which would be quite interesting to listen. It may well be quite lengthy. We've got Barra Bhai, Chotta Bhai, and Chotta Bhai's Bhabhi just right here. Her name is Alexandra Toth, and she is one of our guests who will be interviewing us or asking various questions one by one. So question 1 will be from me, then it will keep revolving amongst us. Enjoy the show. Hello Bhabhi, how are you today? And Chotta Bhai, what's up?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
Oh, I'm not really well. I've got really bad cold, and this winter is just leaving, and of course it is massive problems. So one person gets sick, so everyone gets sick at home, and it's not very great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Are you getting better? Last
Yes,
week you had a bit of flu and all that.
Yes, now I'm feeling better.
Right. How are you feeling?
First of all, hi everyone and welcome all the viewers. I'm really grateful and I'm really happy that I could be here today with you guys. I obviously can see the show during the process when you are making it, against that I'm not part of it. Tips and ideas are coming, brainstorming week by week, but the guys decided that I should be on this episode this week. So
to make it more entertaining, let's call it that way.
yeah, why not? So actually, in fact, I'm very well, thank you. And we decided to bring a topic today. Actually, it was a common idea about internet and addiction. So this is what I would like you guys to talk about today.
Sorry for the interruption, please forgive me. I'm very addicted to internet myself. I was practicing earlier with few of the questions, and of course I've got a lot to talk about addiction of internet, and you would always find me sharing content on my Facebook. I've got about 6 pages, I believe, which I'm managing on my own, and you can imagine the addiction I'm facing of Facebook. But as Chotta Bhai, it's a positive addiction.
Yes.
You can imagine whatever I learn, I just share it. Question number 1 from me, strike it on.
So question number 1, answer. Am I internet addicted? I wouldn't say so, but there are moments or hours of the day when I can be carried away. How many hours do you spend on the internet daily, you think?
Believe it or not, when I reach work every day 7 o'clock in the morning, the first thing
You just bang on.
I just bang on, check what the news feed, checking different news channels, starting from Pakistan news channel, starting from international news channel, and just catching up with the friends on Facebook, just making sure everyone is alright, everyone is liking each other's photo, and making social media, usage of social media to the far distance.
Sorry for the interruption. Just before we started discussing and setting up for this show tonight, I was watching Robbie pressing his phone constantly for I don't know how long, it could be maybe hours. So what do you think, how many hours do you spend on the internet daily?
Almost I spend, I think, half of the day on the internet.
Half or full?
Half day. We need to take some rest.
Be honest, this is the time. So would you call yourself addicted, internet addicted, same like people have addiction for gambling or drugs or coffee, sugar, would you call yourself that it's something which you can't live without
Yes.
and you need it?
We all are addicted with the internet, you know that. All day we just do researches and we see our Facebook, Instagram and this and that. We have to see that what's new, what we can do, what we can share the ideas with people, and what we can do a positive thing on that.
Last week it was Chotta Bhai's birthday, and I absolutely love it when he goes live on Facebook and he speaks to the camera. Camera confidence is vitally important, and without internet in our life, you cannot share your views. Back in the days, people had to write letters to communicate with each other. So let's say if I want to write someone in Pakistan just to tell them what I am up to, people used to wait for letters, so they used to write to people on with the pen and paper, and then they had to go to the post office and of course post a letter and wait for them to respond.
Mm.
And all the urgency notes should were used to be written in the closing section of every letter. It was really fun, although it was peaceful. There wasn't sort of rush in replying to the emails.
That's the magic of it, that you have to wait for a reply. It's not like you are sitting there and like ting, ting. You have to wait sometimes for weeks, looking at the postman, waiting for the letter. Is it gonna come? Is it not gonna come? Oh my goodness, what if my mom is gonna get it before me? What if my husband, my wife is gonna get it before me? Etc., etc. Not like now, bang, 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 and just thousands of messages I keep firing you.
You wouldn't believe, Alexandra's grandma, may God bless her with best of health and of course long life.
Thank you.
You know what she does every now and then, she sends her hand creams and write a very secret letter. And when she doesn't know that her parcel is expected, and I absolutely love it because it brings the memory back in the days. I remember when my auntie was alive, my father's sister. You remember,
Yes. I remember
Pupo.
that.
When Pupo was alive, we used to write them Eid cards, and that was really amazing. There was no internet facilities back in the days. I mean, there was. People used to buy a calling card, and internet card.
It's
And
just like, sorry for interruption, it's just like PT cell card. they call it.
yes, yeah. So what people used to do, it was such an amazing idea. It was. You wouldn't believe, we used to buy 100 rupees. You remember?
Yes.
We used to have that Dell computer, the small one, in the drawing room in Township House. So we used to have a massive, monitor on top of the CPU, and we had to wait about 15 minutes for the internet to be connected. So what we had to do, we had to plug in the the phone line cable.
Was it giving the dialing sound?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I think I know this system. Just we didn't need to buy a calling card. What we did, we connected the computer to the landline. So if you don't have a landline, you can't have internet. That was the main concept of it. And then you
Yes.
have to dial, and then 15 minutes you have to wait while it's giving the really cranky sound of dialing.
Sometimes you remember, you used to get annoyed. You were really young, I mean, very small in age. And you know what Rabi used to do? Chotta Bhai used to bang the keyboard. Pak, pak, pak. He used to shout, Mama, the internet is not working. Can you send Fahad? I'm like, what the hell is wrong, man? Look, the internet keeps saying connecting and keeps giving ding, 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 ding. And I used to tell him, I said, my friend, you got to, when internet doesn't connect, stop being addicted to it. You need to ensure that no one is using the phone line. So let's say if you pick up the receiver and you start using home landline phone, your internet won't work, because back in the days there were massive computers, and you had to plug in the phone cable into the modem, and then making sure the phone is not busy. So if you want to use your phone, you got to ensure you have an additional landline at
Yes.
home. And those days were absolutely amazing. First time ever I had opportunity learning about sending e-cards online, and I was like, wow. But you know what, I still believe back in the days, those days were amazing when you had to manually write someone with a pen and paper, or write an Eid card, Christmas card, or Easter card, and send it across. And it was so much excitement that every festive time we used to go to the bookshops, to the stationery, Chotta Bhai bookshop
Yes,
in
Chotta Bhai
6th
bookshop.
block in Township. We used to go with our grandma to buy the special Eid cards to post it to a very, very valued cousin, because there was importance of relations, and we all used to wait that before that time comes, the festive time comes, the receiver should receive the Eid card, and then we used to say, oh, hope we may get replies. Very next day, we used to get a phone call, oh yes, thanks for the Eid card, or Christmas card, or Easter card, or birthday card. It was so nice to read. Have you received mine? And then we used to exchange like letters and all these things, like waiting for weeks and weeks. Now this internet addiction has made life so easier. Within a blink of an eye, you go online, you can send any sort of card to anyone in this entire world. This internet, without this internet, I wouldn't have learned much. I'm not even a graduate. She's not even a graduate. Rabi's not even a graduate. We all three, we have learned a lot from internet. If anything I need to know, I can simply go online, and go. YouTube is the best tool to learn for the young generation. If I'm sure you know as well. I remember when Rabi was coming to UK, as he didn't travel before. You remember I showed you how
Yes,
Qatar
I've
Airways
seen
would
the
be,
videos.
how Heathrow Airport would be, and this is internet. I mean, without this,
But what
You
would you
can-
do if there wouldn't be internet? You wouldn't be able to use internet. How would you, example, book ticket to travel if you don't have internet?
in Pakistan, Rabi is the witness, Chotta Bhai is the witness. He will tell you how he booked his ticket. So he'll continue. I'll finish and then I'll hand it over to him. What I did, I was trying my best. Pakistan is a very developed country, but still there's a lot of work which needs to be done. So I tried my best booking his ticket from various sort of platforms from Lahore to London, and I couldn't pay online. I mean, then I called the bank. They said, "Oh, you have to have a specific sort of feature on your bank card if you want to make an online payment." And that was ridiculously hard to understand what's going on. And I got so frustrated. I said to him, I said, "Let's do the old-fashioned style. Go to the travel agent." He went there, and rest of the story he will tell. So what did you do? Tell us when you found out that you can't make the payment. I remember you struggled a lot using your bank card, and then you found out that you had to go to the agent to get your ticket issued.
Yes, when you transferred the money in my account in Faisal Bank, so I just took out the money. First, I called the travel agent, and he said that yes, you can do it. But after I went to her office, she said that you can't. You just have to pay the cash.
Can you
We
imagine?
can't do. We can't do it online. You have to pay the cash. I said okay, fine. I just took out the cash and gave her, and she just issued me a ticket from Lahore to Doha and from Doha to London.
Your Bobby, she was so annoyed when she found out.
This is sorry, but this sounds dodgy. I give you cash, you give me the ticket. What if I give you the cash, you don't give me the ticket, or you give me the wrong ticket? How am I gonna go back and say that I gave you cash, but you gave me the wrong ticket? How am I gonna complain? I don't have evidence.
No,
What
they,
he went through. Sorry for the interruption. He would tell you that you went through a friend's. A friend's reference?
Yes, it was a friend's reference, and they have got the evidence. They just take your passport first. They see that is the visa on it or not. First they see that, and then they issue the ticket that where you want to go. It's just like it's a big evidence for them.
I
That
mean, they have the evidence, but what evidence do you have?
they print the ticket out and they give us that
And
this is the evidence for
The
you.
biggest evidence is, which I had to share in sort of an educated manner with Chotta Bhai. I told him, I said, the moment you get the ticket, right after next day, go on Qatar Airways or whatever airline you're flying for, go put your reservation number, internet addiction comes again. You go online, put your reservation number, and you would come to know if
Yeah,
your
because
seat
that's
has
what
been
I'm
full.
saying. What if they're gonna give a ticket and it's dodgy, or someone else got the same ticket?
Guys, you would not believe, for this bloody ticket to bring Rabi here, I had to call Qatar Airways office in London, and they said, "We are really sorry, the office is closed. If you cannot book the ticket online due to some of the various reasons, you have to pay cash." And you know what? The travel agents, they are good to be in the market, very helpful in the last minute emergencies, but most of them, they charge 10 to 15% extra than the
Yes,
ticket.
they charge.
I remember in 2012, I went to Saudi Arabia for Umrah. So I trusted a friend. I thought, he's a very good family friend and all that. I don't want to go into the details. Long story short, I paid £650 with the visa, with the package. And when I went online, I was charged about £150 more on the air ticket. Alright, it's understandable, £50 was the visa fee. But when I logged on to Saudi Arabian Airlines, you would not believe, he was a very good friend. And his dad, they've got a very sort of business which is well established in London. And I was like, oh, do they do these things in a religious manner as well? So you have to be smart enough, internet addiction. Why would I, if there was an internet, I would never ever be able to know how can I check if I've been overcharged. So me, I'm a traveler. Chotta Bhai is a traveler. She's a traveler. We prefer booking tickets ourselves. Internet addiction. When internet has brought so much revolution in every single person's life, it depends what you want to search for. I can search anything and everything with internet. I don't have to. I love reading. I love consulting encyclopedias. I had opportunity going to Hungary to see Alex's parents, and I was so surprised. Her grandfather has got encyclopedias. You remember in St. Anthony School, we used to go up to the library and there used to
Yes,
be
there is
encyclopedias.
encyclopedia.
And they, I remember when we used to get assignments, we had to consult those encyclopedias. So we used to get subjects of sociology or science or biology, and there were certain sort of directories we had to consult, and they were all sort of numbered and in alphabetical order with the subjects, and we had to consult them to complete our assignments.
Sorry for the interruption. About encyclopedia and the internet, I'm going to take a 180 degree.
Take 360, please.
180 should be enough. So,
Ask
do you
Chotta Bhai as
know-
well, please.
do you know anyone, any of you, do you know anyone within your environment that they have access to the internet but they just don't prefer using it? Example, rather like my grandfather, he's 82, he has internet, but maybe he is preferring to use encyclopedia because he is an old school. He has internet, but maybe he loves books more. So do you have anyone in your environment who would rather meet in person than chat on the internet, who would rather write you a letter than make a phone call rather than message you on Facebook? Do you have anyone who would rather go to the library and check the books rather than Google just because actually I know two people.
I think in Pakistan it's very common. No one goes to library.
No one
You
goes to the
remember
library.
when we used to talk about Qaeda-Azam library? Why don't you get membership? And you used to say, "Oh no,
It's
you
messed
can't."
up.
I mean, we need to put these things in place. I mean, in UK you wouldn't believe. You live in any of the borough. Alex and I, we both have got memberships of various libraries. And all you need to do is just give them your proof of address and they will register you. They just need to know where you live. You get the book issued and off you go. After reading, you can return it back. But in Pakistan, I have recently learned internet addiction. Again, every single place we can quote internet. You would not believe, guys, something very interesting I'm going to share. So in a third world country, unfortunately, Pakistan, India, Asia, I'm not targeting a certain country. I'm just, the countries where development needs to take its own course. Most of the countries in third world region, if you use YouTube, I'm sure everyone uses. So the moment you click home button, you would know what in your region, what type of most recent videos are being watched. Unfortunately, in our country, there are people who want to, be developed, who want to go extra miles to learn something via internet. YouTube is the best thing. I mean, you remember our mom, she still, consults YouTube to get the recipes. It's a good
I know,
thing.
but sorry for the interruption. What I want to come out from this story, not about who is using that. Let's say a neighbor, rather than if let's say a neighbor runs out of egg, emergency, sugar, whatever, rather than go to your door and knock and face to face talk to you, would your neighbor message you first? Hi, sorry, I ran out of egg. Could you give me some? Or the person would prefer to go to your doorstep and knock. Example, our neighbor is sending me handwritten letters.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, in UK it's very common.
In UK it's common, but in Pakistan we have to give the awareness. In Pakistan it's not like this kind of common thing that someone messages you. They just straight away go to the come to your house and knock the door and they will ask anything they want.
Now see, internet addiction. They have internet, but they prefer to go there face to face rather than message you on Facebook. Oh, Budgie, have you got 2 eggs for me extra? No, they go to your door, they have internet, probably they have friends on Facebook, and what they do, they go to your door and knock and say, Assalamu alaikum, Budgie, have you got 2 eggs, please?